This is a rarity. This is a roughly 28-foot box, 102-inch wide body, all aluminum skeleton with Azdel laminated construction, not a splinter of wood in the shell of this thing, Ford by Lite. This is a licensed product where Ford and Lite partnered up to kind of just, for fun, really, do something a little bit different. It is a toy hauler, if you notice the gate hanging off the back. It was owned by some folks that had special needs, such as a power chair for mobility purposes, and they kind of did a few things to it to make it a little bit more accessible for those of us who may not be quite as able of body. And when I say that, I don't mean major modifications, just a couple little things. Like if you notice over here, there's a half-width ramp to deck transition flap. That was so that the small wheels on a power chair could more easily make that transversal. Similarly, you'll see a ground to ramp transition flap added to the back. And while that was primarily designed for the previous owner's power chair, frankly, it makes it extremely easy to navigate if you've got something like a motorcycle you're running up and down here. It does make it easier to hop up and down. They did also mount to the floor their own little power winch system with a remote control. And if you follow that around here through that pulley, you see it connects down to that door. They created their own power liftgate system with a remote control drop feature. Frankly, that's pretty cool. But it can still be used as a patio party deck, although they never used it that way. They took those gates off, and I'm realizing looking at it right now that the left and right gates are on the right and left side. So pull two pins and we need to flip those around, but the fact is it can still be a full-on patio gate system. Now this floor plan is very different in a lot of ways. It's a front bathroom. It does not have a traditional bedroom. So these two queen beds up here in that Happy Jack power lift system, that is your sleeping space. You have a pair of queen beds stacked up on one another. Now, if you only want one, or you want to change one for like a cargo deck or something like that, it's really easy to do. Frankly, all you have to do is pull a couple little pins here, and you could remove one or the other, or both beds, or whatever works for you. The top one will stop here, by the way. It's got a little delimiter plate inside the rail system to keep it from moving. You can see how we do have blackout, roll-down shades throughout the RV. So if you really do need a lot of privacy back here, you can get it. Now, we'll have a better chance to look at the construction of this from the underside, but again, this is a fully aluminum framed RV. We are standing on extruded aluminum plank flooring, which is the same thing that you find in like livestock trailers. I know that because we also sell livestock trailers at Haylett Auto and RV. We do a little bit of anything that's on wheels. This flooring is ridiculously overbuilt for the weight and demands of this floor plan. It's absolutely awesome. And considering the fact that like our laminated walls, our roof panels, all that stuff, that is all material called Azdel, which is like a Luan panel substitute. There is not a splinter of wood in the shell construction of this RV. Now, as soon as I say that, I turn around and you're going, hold on, Jack. I'm not an idiot. I can easily see the fact that there's wood panels here. The cabinet facing is the only thing in this RV made from wood, so that it had more of a nice warm living space and it didn't feel like a industrial garage that you just happen to be sleeping inside. So what's cool here is because this is an open concept, you got those benches flipped up during the day. You've got loading space for days in this thing, and those heavy-duty D-rings recessed into the floor, those can hold some serious weight. Of course, all you have to do is flip those sofas down and bam, we've got ourselves a nice little middle living area. But what's cool is you could leave the bikes in the back, you could stop, you could get to the kitchen, you could drop one or both or all three of these little benches, and you could easily make yourself a nice little sandwich or something in transit, not have to unload everything. Now, depending on what you're loading into it, you do have a pocket here. You see how there's nothing above us, there's nothing below. Depending on what you're loading, you could have it located sideways in here and still be able to utilize the beds and the sofas and the kitchen and everything. And this doesn't necessarily have to be for side-by-sides and four-wheelers and everything else. This could easily be something for kayaks. And considering the fact that you could beat the crap out of this RV, there's so little in this RV that can really like fail. Like, you could have a massive leak in this RV, and frankly, you could pretty much just take a towel and wipe it up and go back to camping after you reseal whatever caused that leak, because there's nothing in these walls that could really rot, you know? There's no wood paneling, there's no, like, common household insulation. This is, theoretically, a generational RV. It's very different in that regard. That is a convection microwave up there, by the way. We do have solid surface counters here in the kitchen, and I like how that sink cover flips down, or the stove cover, pardon me, flips down for extra space there, and easy reach appliance outlets. And they utilized every little nook and cranny they could for storage here. And as I spin us around again, you can see easy access to the refrigerator, whether you're in transit or not. Up top, we also have a nicer fan to exhaust a lot of extra, either, you know, hot air, summertime stuff, or just vehicle exhaust. And the bathroom is very different, very unconventional, very cool. This has an automotive windshield on the front. At the year this was built, it was the exact same windshield essentially as went into an F-150. Pretty kind of neat. And more of that solid surface counter, stainless sink, easy step-in shower instead of a travel trailer tub. And you can see the, like, all metallic framing around this door. Again, this is built to last. It's unconventional, it's different, it's certainly not going to fit everybody, but there's not a whole lot else like it out there on the market. Some massive storage here in the bathroom as well. I'm actually going to stand in the shower to give you a better look at all of it. Plenty of legroom here around the toilet, and the, I think this was added by the previous owners, that extra vanity medicine cabinet there, probably just to keep a couple pill bottles or something like that on hand. So let's talk some construction on this, because it is built very different from virtually every other RV that you'll find on the market, of which we carry a lot of different RVs here at Haylett RV. I've never seen anything else built like this. So first of all, this is a 102-inch max width wide body. I mentioned that it's an all aluminum frame. Now, usually that means just the body of the RV, not the chassis. This is a custom built, completely aluminum chassis even. Again, there's not a splinter of wood in it, nor is there steel in the body or chassis construction. It is a true, like, all aluminum monster. The tires, you've got a, like, really aggressive, high-profile sort of tire package on it, like an off-road style tire. We'll get a better look at those as we go around. And really, one of the things I think that they should have done differently is color the nose cap differently on this, just so that you could see that windshield better, because it has an F-150 windshield in it, which is pretty darn cool. Power tongue jack does the heavy lifting for us. It is generator ready. That's what goes in the pocket up here. This is what's below that huge cabinet in the bathroom area. So if you were going to do some off-grid use, you know, this thing could be fully functional that way. Now, here's a great way to look at the chassis. If we take a peek under it, I wasn't joking. This thing is all aluminum. You can see that extruded, just ridiculously heavy-duty flooring above those cross members. There's really not a whole lot else like this on the market, guys. This is very, very atypical RV construction. Tires look great. They're definitely not old enough to be aged out. There's no funky wear patterns. There's no scuffing. There's no, you know, banging up on anything here. Everything looks good. The windows are all frameless, by the way, as you're probably seeing right now. Heavily tinted, so you can keep the you know, sunlight out of the RV, the nosy neighbors out of the RV. But you can also use those things for like a rainy day airflow sort of situation as well. And again, the patio ramp system, we just need to flip-flop the gates, but that's fully functional, even though the previous owners never used it for that. With the power chair, evidently that was just something that wasn't very conducive to their use. I do like the dual loading lights, though. Makes it easy to see what you're doing at night. And I'm currently walking through a small lake. We had some huge rains here tonight, and yep, there goes the water in the socks. Hope you appreciate the effort here, guys. We're willing to get our hands dirty and our feet wet to serve you here at Haylett RV. And as long as I'm standing here, take a quick note to look at that big power awning on this thing with the LED lights below, and it's completely unobstructed. There's nothing over here on the campsite to mess with your patio space. It's just you and a picnic table and your grill, and you're having a good time. And it's easy to miss, but down here under the skirt there is a handy little sewer hose caddy, so you can keep your black stuff away from your gray and your fresh stuff. So when I say we have a little bit of everything at Haylett RV, obviously I'm not joking. So whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, we do it all at Haylett RV. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.